everyone, and welcome to this quick Canvas tour. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how I use Canvas. If you've actually are watching this, you already know this first part, that you can find your course under the Courses tab, and you can jump straight to assignments, grades, and calendar from these links up here. You can also jump directly to things from the Coming Up buttons on the side, but I'd really prefer that you didn't directly jump into things. I'd really prefer that you went into the course and accessed the contents for each week, either from a button you'll see here for each week or from the Modules tab. The reason that is because I have lots of things excuse me, associated with every module that are not assignments, and if you jump straight to the assignments, they're not going to make a heck of a lot of sense because you missed all the information that sort of explained what was coming up. So please either use the Start the Module Here button or the go straight into the modules and click on the first place in the module, and then you can work your way through using the little Next button down at the bottom. I'm going to quickly jump into the student view so that what I'm showing you here is what you will see. So you can click on the modules and go straight into any module and just click on the next button, as I mentioned, to move through each of the modules, or the previous button to do that as well. Also in the modules, you're able to see the progress that you're making through each module. You'll see a little green check mark if you've viewed the page, and if a page is still to be viewed, you'll see something like must view the page or must submit the assignment. And once you do, a little green check mark will be there. When there's a little green check mark next to everything that requires looking at, then you'll have completed the module. That's important because some modules don't open until you've finished previous ones. For example, this one shows prerequisite pre-class assignment. That means you need to have finished the pre-class assignment module, this one, in order for this one to open for you. Even if you have finished it, it won't open until June 23rd at 6 a.m. So this, if you see that it's locked with a little lock symbol here, it'll tell you when it will be opened. And you can check your progress with the little green check marks. Excuse me. So that's a little bit about the monitoring of your progress, being able to see how far you are through a module and what you need to do to move into additional modules. Let's see. I wanted to show you about the how to be successful with this class section. It is right there. Oh, and by the way, if you click on that little arrow, it will collapse and open the modules. So if you didn't want them all open, that's a way to get rid of them from your view. You can see a little area here where you can get information about how to do each part of the class. There's rubrics here, there's the little videos you just saw or you're watching right now. All of that information about how to be successful on each portion of the class is here. So if you ever have any questions, this is the place to go to get more information. Let's see. Also on the navigation on the left here, after modules, you see a direct link to the discussions. And you can get to the discussions through the modules as well, of course, but the discussions are an area that you'll be going to frequently, so I just put a direct link to those. The pinned discussions, I'll pin at the top the discussions that we're working on right now, and after we're done with the discussion, I'll slide it in here to the closed for comments area. And the ones that are still to come are just in the middle discussions area. You can see when they're available, when they're due. Now, it's important to note that there are 2 due dates for each discussion. You need to finish the initial post by Saturday and the replies by Tuesday, but I can only set one deadline. So the deadline that I've set for each of these discussions is the Saturday deadline, that first deadline for your initial posting. You will not see here the Tuesday deadlines for the replies, but those will be in the calendar, so you should get a calendar reminder saying that replies are due. But you won't see it here in the due dates for the discussion, so just keep that in mind. And that's all you need to know about posting to the discussions, or at least looking at the discussions. Let's see, one last thing I wanted to talk about was viewing your profile. So I'm going to quickly leave the student view and go to our main page, and just by clicking on the Highline logo you'll be able to get back to this dashboard area. If you click on your name up at the top, you'll see whatever information you've entered about yourself. And you see I've got a little picture here. I would love it if everybody had a picture of themselves in their profile, and you can just click on Edit Profile and click on that little pencil, and that will let you upload a picture. That would be great. It really helps personalize the class. And if you want to put something a little bit about yourself, that's lovely as well. But I'd just like it if everybody would put a picture. That would be really great. Also, while you're over here, be sure that you've set your notifications to something that you like. One of the really fabulous things about Canvas is it will send you messages about the class and keep you really up to date and informed, and not let you miss any deadlines if you've set up your notifications. Now, this can sometimes take some time to get to what really works for you. So make sure that you've added email addresses to the emails that you prefer to have your email go to, especially if that's if you more often check an email that's not your Highline student email. You can add those in the profile area. You can also set how often you want the notifications by clicking on these little check marks: notify right away, daily summaries, a weekly summary, or don't notify at all. So if you find that Canvas is sending too much stuff and you stop reading it, go in and tell it not to send the stuff that you're disinclined to read, but make sure you still do get notifications about important stuff. Like if I post an announcement, you probably want that right away. Grades, you may want to know right away when I post a grade for you, or maybe you just want to know once a day if grading happens. Let's see, another one that I would encourage you to get right away is mostly announcements and maybe course content. You might want that one to be right away if I add something new to the course, but I generally don't add anything new after a module is opened. So anyway, you want to set your notifications and make sure that those are set in a way that alerts you so that you don't forget anything. Hopefully this will help you out in this brief Canvas tour.